we are going to go live because it is Wednesday and it is What's New Wednesday today. I feel like that camera's crooked. We're going to turn it just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. I am Tisha Copeland at Not Your Mama's Quilt Store, and we are going to be seeing new things today. So, yay, we have some people joining us already. I know there's a couple of people in the classroom already, also, not in the classroom, in the store. So, say hi as you join us. I'd love to see where you're from. Tell me where you're from. Tell me about your glorious weather. We're in Texas. We're still cooking. Every time you walk outside, it's like opening the oven door. You know, when you've got the oven running and you go like this and you open it to see if it's almost done and it hits you in the face. That's what it's like when you open the door here. Lori! I need my Lori back. She's in Wisconsin. I'm sure her weather is fabulous. We miss you here. And Barb, too. Okay, you're just rubbing it in now. Hey, Barb. And I need Phyllis and Dell on, and then it'll be like old times, right? So it is so good to see everybody. Today is Wednesday, September 6th. Where the heck has the year gone? Oh my gosh. But I tell you what, I want to zoom through. August, we zoomed through, which was fine for me. I am ready to zoom through September and October, get straight to November and December with a little bit cooler temperatures because I have spent Thanksgiving in shorts before. Get a little bit cooler and then get right on to January and February and March because that's when it really gets properly cold here and I'm ready for some proper cold. Hey Lisa, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you here. She's in Austin. Yay! Joe, hi girl, out in Illinois. I hope you're having cool weather also. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from my cold. Remember last week I had it and I had a voice that was going in and out and I was coughing and blowing my nose and sneezing and everything else. And the week before I had skipped our live. Well, I'm 99% better now. I just have a cough. They take forever to go away. Lori, come visit us. This weekend will be beautiful. Lori, this weekend we're going camping in our new travel trailer. We bought one. Well, actually, Mark went and bought it and didn't tell me. He surprised me with it. I don't know if I told you that already. So we are going camping, and I already had a campsite picked out. Are there any other people that camp? Is there anybody else out there that likes to camp? I know one of my employees has a big fifth wheel. But we'd already had our campsite picked out. So 2 weeks ago, we went to go just drive the campsite up at Lake Texoma, which is about an hour and a half from here. And we went to go drive the campsite, and I was like, uh, no. And so that wasn't going to work. First off, I want to be near the water. Secondly, I have to have shade. And I want to be near the water because you get a little bit of a breeze off the water, so it's a little bit cooler, right? Then I can sit there and do my English paper PC, or sometimes I take my knitting with me if I have that, stuff like that. So we got over there and it was close to the water, but there was like one little decrepit tree like standing there next to the shade. And I was like, oh no, that's not going to work. So then we drove around and around trying to find another place, got back home, and in the same day, because like I said, it's only an hour and a half from us, made a reservation. We were going to go to another lake. Didn't like that one after all. So then my husband goes, he wants to go to Louisville because we have the new travel trailer and he doesn't want to go too far in case something happens. So I was like, Louisville is like driving to a city park from us. I mean, it's just like right there. It's not even, it's, it's a 15 to 20-minute drive from our house. And I was like, no, I don't want to go there. So he's like, no, that's where we're going. And then my two girls gave him grief about it. They were like, Dad, you can't just go to Louisville. You got to go somewhere else. So now we're going back to Oklahoma, but we're going to our favorite lake, which is Lake Murray. And so that's what we will be doing. Hopefully it will be cool. And hopefully I can take my English paper piecing with me so that, yes, I can do some fun stuff. Marianne, hello from KC. Yes, Lori, come on down. We want you here. Yes, Lori, come down here. It's so good to see everybody. Roxanne, hello, hello. Um, there's my fifth wheeler. Here's Lee. Come over here and say hey. This is Lee. Some of y'all that if you haven't been in, you don't know who she is. She's our newest employee, right?
No,
Yeah.
Melody is.
Oh, Melody is newer.
Now, Melody is
Okay,
here.
okay. Because you've been here how long?
Almost 7 months.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no way.
Not quite new.
I was going to say you've been here like what, 3 months?
Yeah, no, longer than that. Melody's been here longer than 3 months.
She has.
Yes, ma'am. She hit
Good
3
night.
months beginning of August.
Oh, goodness.
You keep losing time.
That is so bad. Oh, so let me show you. I'm hot, which is why I keep messing with my hair because I'm hot. Stephanie, Grand Lake in the Cherokees. You know what? At the end of the month, we're going to be at Lake Fort Gibson or Fort Gibson Lake, whatever it is. You know, we do our annual drive up there to meet with our friends that come down from Kansas City. It's exactly in the middle between us. So it is like 3 hours and 56 minutes for us, and it's 3 hours and 57 minutes for them. So that's how close it is. So yeah, I was telling my husband, I said, she's my girlfriend that lives on Monkey Island. So yeah, we always get a laugh out of that. So I want to show you a couple of fun little things, and then I want to do a demo for you. I know Fort Gibson isn't far from you. I know that. Yeah, we talked about that one time because we've been doing this trip a couple of years. So anyhow, I was telling you, I'm sorry, I keep messing with my hair. I'm hot. And yes, I have a fan right here with me because, see, but it's hot when I'm talking and it's hot here. So let me show you these super cute little charms that we got. These are from Kathy Holden. Okay, how cute are these? They are little bag charms, and they go like on your zipper. So, or yeah, zipper charms or bag charms. Let me straighten out his leg. Look how cute these are. Oh my God, they're adorable. Look at this one. The little house. Yes, it's because I'm a hot chick. That's what I like to say, Laura. You're right. That's it. I don't know if you can see these. Okay, I'm going to show them right here. Can you switch it, Debbie? Debbie's my behind the camera person. Oh, look at that. So these charms are so cute. It says Halloween Night Watch for the little owl right there. How cute is that? And then you have a little spooky house right here. These are by Kathy Holden. She's a designer for Moda. And she comes out with different ones at different times. Super cute. These run $14.99 for these two, and you're getting two of them. So they're about what, $7.50, $7.75, something like that a piece. They're made out of metal. Listen, you can hear it. They're made out of metal. They already have the little lobster claw on there for you to be able to clip it onto something. You can put it on a bag. You can put it on your keys. You can put it on a zipper. Anything like that. It's just super, super cute. And if you wanted to take off the little lobster claw and wear this as a necklace, you could do that too because they are cute. This has got the pretty orange enamel with the black and gold. And this has got orange windows with the black house, little black bats. You can see the moon in the background. It's just left in the gold color, the metal color. And then it has little green sidewalk up to the spooky door. And there's a little fence behind it. So these are nice heavy metal with the enamel on it. It just feels really nice and heavy. It's not going to be cheap, kind of plasticky kind of thing. It feels really good. So this little so cute zipper charms. This one, oh, it doesn't have a name on it. It just has the little Halloween with the owl. And then the other one that I think is so cute. Look at that. It has this little skeleton on there, and his arms are jointed. Can you see? Look how cute that is. And his head's jointed. So you've got a little skeleton right there. He's smiling. He's not sad to be a skeleton. He's happy. He's smiling. And then this little scarecrow dude, he's laughing at the skeleton. They must be talking to each other, and like he's going, "Hey dude, you are all dressed up and I can go around naked." That's what Tisha wants to do because it's so hot, but she knows better than to go around naked, but I can go naked because I'm dead. He's going, "Ha ha ha. You're dead. I'm not. I'm still alive. I'm a scarecrow, and I have shoes on and little gloves and pumpkin head, which has always been a little freaky, but okay." And then you've got some cute little overalls right there, and the overalls have some little patches on them. Can you see the little patches? This is also a Kathy Holden set, and these are going to run, these are $17.99. Because this one's jointed probably. So you know what that means? That means if you're buying them for people and you're splitting them up because like one person gets one and one gets the other, right? The one you like more gets the one with the joints on it because it's the cutest. And you know what would be super cute? The little bags that we make with these, the little small bags. Wait, I'm going to get it. Hold on. Hold on. This is the little Nantucket summer bag. No, Nantucket bag is what it's called. Super easy. It's made with charm packs, mini charms. So you're using mini charms to do this. If you actually wanted to use more of them, because it doesn't use very many, it uses like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of them out of 40. So if you wanted to use more, you could just add another row right there and make it with some Halloween fabric. Or if you don't have any Halloween mini charms, what you could also do is use your stripology ruler. Remember I showed you that last week? And cut some Halloween fabric in strips and then cut it in fourths to use. How cute is that? And instead of putting this little tassel on it, put one of these tassels on it instead. Or why not both of them? Look, it matches. Why not put both of them? That's cute, isn't it? I guess I should turn it this way. How cute is that? And these make cute little gifts. You can make them super easy. They're super fast. You can make them super fast and give them away to friends. Fill it with snacks. You gotta put snacks in everything, and by that I mean kind of like put a little bag of M&Ms, a little bag of Smarties. No, not Smarties. Vines, the licorice, the vines, or something. Oh, and you know what? Right now is a really good time because all the Halloween candy is hitting the shelves. So you could fill it up with some candy and just give it to them. I mean, it's something quick and easy that you can make using up scraps that you have. Put one of the fun little zipper charms on there. Fill it up with a couple of little scraps and go put it on their desk. How fun is that? That's just a cute little thing to do. People love to get little gifties like that, even if it's not something like, oh, they're going to keep it forever. They don't have to keep it forever. They can just keep it in their desk. It can be their secret stash of food. I think that's a great idea. So these are new in stock. I think Debbie put links from. Did you? You did. Lori says she was using Stripology today. I love that Stripology ruler. I was using it this weekend because I was cutting a binding and I needed to cut it at 2 1/4. There's a trick to cutting it 2 1/4. If you didn't know that, there is a trick to cutting it. But man, I was just like, choop, 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 choop. You move it over, choop, 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 and it's done. It's really good. And then we have National Jelly Roll Day coming up, and we will have the Jelly Roll stripology rulers available, because sometimes not all companies make the Jelly Roll strips, just some do. And so you can make your own, especially if you have leftover fabrics, and you can just make those. I heard somebody call, like, when you have one or two strips left over, that they're quilt seeds. I thought that was pretty funny. So, quilt seeds. So, the other thing I want to show you, because we're starting to get Christmas right around the corner from us, and we're getting ready to have little gifty things that we want to give away to different people. We have this great little sewing kit. It's called June Taylor the Tote Triple Play Sewing Kit. And one part I lost, but I'll show you the picture. I'm not sure what happened to it. These things happen with Tisha. Look how cute this is. Lori, you might recognize this. This is super awesome. If you're going to start giving away totes at Christmas time, or wine, I should say, do it with Christmas fabric that they can use or reuse themselves to give away another bag made out of fabric. This, and it holds a bottle of wine or a bottle of olive oil if you don't give away alcohol. It actually makes 3 different projects. So the 3 different projects it makes is the little wine tote. Then it has a little purse that it makes. It's kind of like a little side body bag. And then it has a bag right here for an iPad or something like that. All 3 of those things come in a kit like this. All the instructions, it has the lining with it. You can see that the line, it's got printing on there. Excuse me. And so the lining is going to be kind of a quilt as you go. You're lining up everything with the pattern lines right here. You don't have to go by more interfacing or anything. It's all there. Plus, it gives you a glue stick to work with. So you're able to kind of tack down those spots so it doesn't move while you're working. A cute little, I mean, it's always not cute, but advantageous little perk to have when you can glue those things down. So this is the Triple Play Sewing Kit. This runs $17.99. If you want one of these, give us a call or look on the website. I think that, oh yeah, there's Debbie. She went ahead and put it on there right now. So we've got them available. The tote, the bigger one, looks just like this. Again, it comes with the lining in there already, like that. And it's big enough for an iPad or whatever. It doesn't have a zipper or a snap. It's got this little button that, and I just pulled one out and covered it. You know, that kind of stuff sitting around at home in my never-ending clutter. But super cute to be able to just carry stuff with you, be able to go out, grab that iPad, especially for kids heading out to the library or just going over to their friend's house. It keeps that iPad protected. So this is really cute. We have these available, thinking about like the holidays coming up and you want to be able to make cute gifts to give away for people, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. This is where these cute little gifts come in. Again, fill them with candy. Or you can fill them with little alcohol bottles, cocktail champagne. It's that big. And there's Kathy. So we have these available. It is the Tote Triple Play Bag Kit. That's what it looks like. So what else am I going to show you today? Well, today I am going to do a demo for you on one of my favorite rulers for putting bindings on. So if you have never done a multicolored binding, I'm going to show you how easy it is to do one, okay? And you're going to want to get this ruler because it is perfect. I love this. If you want to share with your friends, we're going to get a demo right now. If you want to share it, just put their name in the comment section and say, hey, this is a binding demo. You don't want to miss this. Just put their name in the comment section, just as though you're commenting. And it'll their name will light up, and that means you shared it, and tell them to come over and look at it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that with this ruler, which is called the 3-in-1 tool. Nope, I got to turn it around the other way. The 3-in-1 tool. Can you see it? Here's the ruler right here. This is the one that's wrapped up. Okay. I'm going to show you the different kinds of binding it can do. It can do a regular binding, okay? Just like a regular binding that we know how to do. The other thing it can do is a flange binding. Turn it around. A flange binding, which means it has this little red line, little flip of fabric right there, folded fabric. Then it can do a two-sided binding. So see, it's blue on this side, and on the other side, it's red. Do you see that? Blue, red. So it can do a two-sided binding. The next thing it can do is a two-sided binding with the flange. So I've got the blue binding here. I've got the flange right here, this little perk of color. And on the back, I've got a yellow binding. So see the yellow binding right there? Front blue, back yellow, and the flange. And that is all done with this same ruler right here, the 3-in-1 ruler. We sell them. They run $34.99. We have them here in the store, and I should have more in back stock. If I don't, I will get some more ordered for you all right away. Look how pretty this binding looks when you have that little bit of flange just here, and you've got just a pop of color. Sometimes that's all you need to bring the whole design together. You just have a little bit more color that draws in and finishes your frame, which is what your binding is. It's really for your frame. It just really takes your quilting to the next level, really takes it, one mark up. So let me show you how to do this. Are you ready? Are you watching this? Y'all need to give me some hearts or give me some yay, I love this, or something like that, so we know whether you're watching and you like it or not. Maybe you don't. Maybe that's what the problem is you kind of are watching, but not really. So we really want you to watch and tell me whether you like it. And you tell me whether you like it with hearts. So the first thing I want to tell you is that their instructions are fabulous, okay? And I say that because when I have to write patterns or instructions for something, it's a hard job. It's not easy to write instructions. And then a lot of them have just black and white pictures in there, right? This is not going to have black and white pictures. This is going to have color pictures to show you in demo. It's got good printing on there. Look at all those colored pictures, right? It gives you measurements of what you need, and she has notes. So see where the little words are pointing to things on the picture, just like that. So really great instructions. The next thing you want to notice, is that right here, she gives you the lines, and I should say she was a lady who designed this. It was Franklin Quilt Company. They've since sold, so this is an older ruler, but a new company owns it, and I forget who the new company is. Square and a Square. So when you have to cut stuff, you know how you read these patterns or the measurements to do a binding or a flange or something, and they give you the measurements you have to cut. One of the dreaded ones are the eighths, when you have 7/8, 1/8, 3/8. Everybody hates reading those. On this ruler, you already have a marking for the 7/8. It says 7/8 right there. I go one step more and I add a little tiny tag that tells me what I'm going to be using this for, because when I'm working, I don't want to have to constantly refer back to my notes. So this one tells me I'm going to cut with the two-sided. That's what the measurement I'm going to use. This one says 1 3/4. The ruler is right here. This tells me this is going to be the measurement I use for flange. And this right here, the 1 3/8, is going to be used for binding. So I've already got all of these markings on the ruler. I don't have to go and find my ruler. You can come and watch. You can come over here and watch. I don't have to come and find my ruler in order to get these markings done. Come on over. I'm showing how to do this. This is a ruler that does 3 different things. You've got a flange. You have two-sided where it's blue and red. And then you have two-sided. See, this is yellow, blue with the flange. So this is one ruler that does all of that. And it's super easy. Additionally, right here, it gives me markings to do a regular binding so that I'm able to join the edges on the diagonal, and it gives me all my measurements. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you this part right now. So to do the flange binding, I have my notes here. Let me find them. Here we go. To do my flange binding, oh, that's not it. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, here's my flange binding. So to do the flange binding, my instructions say to cut my flange piece. This is going to be my flange piece in red at 1 3/4. Forget having to look it up on my ruler and line it up with my cutting mat and find the measurements. Forget all that. I have my line right here. As long as I put the edge of my fabric right here, I am able to get exactly 1 3/4. The next thing I need is the part that's just going to be the binding part. Here it is right here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I have the measurement right there, and it's going to be my binding part. So that is all that I need to do. Here's my binding in the blue. Here's the red little flange. Once I've gotten that cut and I cut the number of strips that I need, I am now going to sew these together with a seam all the way down. It's going to be a 1/4 inch seam, just like we're used to doing. Okay, a 1/4 inch seam all the way. When we've done that, we are going to fold it so that you have your edges even. So I'm going to fold it right there. I have my edges even. I'm going to iron it, and you can see now that I have a flange. Yes, it is very awesome. She says that's awesome. So you can see that I have my flange right there. And all I'm going to do now is take it to the sewing machine, and I'm going to put it on like I do a normal backing, where I am sewing it on the back of my fabric. You're going to put your binding onto the back of your fabric right there. Sew it with a 1/4 inch seam so that when I flip it over, just like that, to the front, and this is my front, when I flip it over to the front, now I'm going to stitch in the ditch, just right here, like this. I like to use invisible thread so that you can't see it. When you get to the corners, you treat it just like a regular binding, where you are you're putting it on, you go off the side, you come back and you flip this over the same way you put on a regular binding, and you're going to stitch it down. Then when you flip it over to the back side, you're going to do the same thing, just like you normally do. You're going to stitch in the ditch like this, come right over here. You can, it's actually, I think, a little bit easier when I'm working like this, because all I have to do is match up my red, my flange, stitch in the ditch right there, right up to that corner, and then turn around and come back this way. So that is the first thing, the flange. Love how this works. I love how easy it is to do. So the next thing I want to show you to do, let me pin these, because then I start losing them and then I can't figure out what I'm doing or not doing. And my pins are gone. We'll find them in a minute. Excuse me. The next thing I want to show you how to do is going to be a two-sided binding. So a two-sided binding is going to be just like this, where the front part of the binding is one color, the back part is a different color. And I don't have to sit and think about how I'm going to measure this. What are those measurements? Go and check it out. Look it up again. Where's my paper? I don't have to do any of that stuff because it is right here on the ruler. Okay. So I've got my two color binding that I want to do. In this case, I'm using red and yellow. Okay. I must have had to switch colors because I ran out. I probably need new fabric too. I mean, look how shredded this is becoming. So the next thing I want to do is use those two. And this is for the two-sided. This is going to be the back side. So on that, I have my notes to myself that I put with sticky notes. There it is right there. Cut it. I use this line right here. My next one is going to be what my binding is. That's going to be the front of it. And I'm going to line it up right there with this one. Cut it. So I've got my two pieces right there. Next thing I'm going to do is take these, sew them together just like you did before, like we did it earlier. You're going to take those two, sew a 1/4 inch. Once you've done that, now I'm going to confuse you just a little bit because I switched to blue and yellow now. Once you do that, you're going to fold up your two pieces again. So see, here's your short yellow, which would be the blue. And here's the big red, okay? Here's the short yellow, short blue, here's the big yellow. So it's the same thing. I just have to switch colors, okay? So I've sewn it together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to take this, fold it in half, and you can see now that when I fold it in half and bring these two edges up together, I've got two pieces right here. This one looks bigger, but don't forget, you're going to take off a 1/4 inch when you're stitching it down to your quilt because that's going to go into your seam allowance. So once you've done that and you stitch it down to the quilt, this is for the two color sided binding. Once you stitch it down, I now have on the front, I'm going to stitch it and I'm going to flip it around to the back. See, there's my 1/4 inch allowance right there. I'm going to flip it over to the back. I'm going to sew it on the back. Now I can stitch in the ditch if I want to, or I can hand stitch it. You have just a little bit extra if you want to stitch in the ditch. On this one, when I'm doing one like this, I usually hand stitch it. But now I have it right here. And I've got a different color on the back, and I can hand stitch it. You can see the two different colors. Yay! I love this. This is so much fun. And this is really nice when you're putting a binding on and you like the way it looks on the front, but you're not too keen on how it looks in the back. Well, now you can do two colors and you can get what matches the back and what matches the front. You don't have to do either or. You can do both of them. And so that makes it super easy. Or you have enough fabric to do the back, the binding, and it matches the back, but you don't have enough to do the whole binding. Now you can use that pieces to do a different color on the front. So you've got something different there. Yay! Round of applause, right? Are y'all loving this? Because I love it. So the next one we're going to talk about is the two colored. You've got one color on the front, a different color on the back. Oh, I'm sorry, on the front, and a flange. So allow me to show you how to do that one. You will love this. So this one is going to call for several different pieces. You're going to use 3. And like I said, the instructions are very, very, very good. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the flange, which is going to be the widest one. Again, I don't have to go look up the measurements on my rotary cutter, on my ruler or on my cutting mat. Nobody ever likes looking up 7/8 measurements. All I have to do is get my fabric to the edge of that line, cut it right there. And now I'm going to do 2 pieces that are 7/8 of an inch right here. Okay, so I have my 7/8 of an inch. These are going to be my 2 binding pieces right here, just like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is sew them in order. So I'm going to sew my flange, sew one side of the binding, and we're going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sew the other side of the binding with my 1/4 inch seam allowance. When I've sewn them all together, just like that, it's going to look like this. I have my 1/4 inch seam allowance with all of them. So with this 1/4 inch seam allowance, I'm now going to fold it in half. Let me get these out of the way. Fold it in half so that the edges meet each other, they match, and I'm ready to take it to the quilt and start sewing it on. So with this one, I'm going to actually sew it on to the back of the quilt, okay, because if it has a flange, I want to be able to sew it on the front. I want the flange to be on the front, and I'm going to stitch in the ditch all the way around. So I'm sewing this onto the back of the quilt. Take it, flip it over, and now I've got the front of the quilt right here, stitch in the ditch, and I've worked my little magic. 2 different colors. I love this ruler. It is something that I use all the time when I'm doing my bindings. You can stitch in the ditch or you can stitch by hand. It doesn't matter, whatever your favorite method is. Either way, it comes out looking super great, and I love how it comes out, and I love how easy it is. And plus, there's no tricks or anything to get it to go all the way around the corner. It still goes on like a regular binding, and it still looks beautiful all the way around. You can use the part in the ruler right here that tells you how to cut your fabric at an angle and what measurements to use. And then you can go ahead and catch it right there. Let me see. Can you see it right there? You can join those ends together, and I have my seam that's on an angle. So there's no bulk right there. So that is everything. Oh, we're doing good. It's only, look, my hair went back up. I've only been talking for 40 minutes, which is actually a little bit shorter than I normally do, but that's okay. I wanted to show you all today how to do that flange and double-sided binding and double-sided with a flange. I wanted to show you that ruler, and I wanted to show you some of the other really great things that we have out here. Come over and visit us. We've got some great stuff coming in, some great kits that are going out on the floor, up on the walls. Looks so nice. Come on over, take a look. We invite you. Follow us on Facebook if you don't already. Follow us on YouTube. We have some fun videos. Oh my gosh, have you all seen our latest video that Debbie did? It is so cute. The 3s, good things come all 3s. Did y'all see that, Kathy?
I did.
Oh, it's so cute. Did you see it, Lee?
I did.
Oh my gosh, it is so cute. So if you haven't seen it, go on there and look at it. And we're on Instagram as well. And Debbie's always doing something on social media. She is so awesome like that. So join us and peek to see what our days look like. Thank you for joining us today for What's New Wednesday. And we will see you. Lori says, hi, Kathy. There's Lori.
Wisconsin girl?
She's the Wisconsin girl.
Yeah.
I know.
She needs to come back.
Yeah. See, she heard me. The threes was a hoot. I know. That video was funny, wasn't it? The things that Debbie gets us to do, and then she just goes home and imagines all of this stuff. I know, because it was funny. It was really funny. So thank you all for joining us today. I appreciate it, and we will see you back here next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Thank you. Goodbye.